Tonight at Lowell Park, the Cotuit Kettleers defeated the Bourne Braves 4-3. Right now, I'm joined by Blaine McCormick and Alexander Moore for some Tomahawk talk. Zach Peak was the Braves starter tonight, Blaine, and he struggled a little bit. He seemed like he had good command of his pitches, and his velocity was up, especially on his fastball as he hit 96 a few times, but he really was getting barreled hard by this Cotuit team.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Peak's performance with as far as the velocity and the command goes. But yeah, this is a good hitting team with Cotuit, and you saw especially with Michael Tolia having that double and also the home run, and that really made the difference in the ball game. And the 4 runs that came across for the Kettleers were all because of those beginning batters with them, especially in the top and then even in the middle of the lineup. And especially with Michael Salvatore, got to give a shout out to him because he had that RBI triple, and something you don't really see all too often, especially in collegiate summer ball. But Peak had really good command, really good velocity out of his pitches. Just, this is a team that wants to be aggressive, and it showed at the plate.
And a team that doesn't want to be as aggressive or didn't show to be as aggressive was the Bourne Braves in the first inning. Runners on first and second, 1 out, a base hit by Jared Triolo, and Anthony Prado is held up at third. What did you think of that move, Alex?
I mean, that's a really tough call either way. I mean, still, I'll tip my hat off to Coach Harvey Shapiro because in reality, I mean, that's a really tough call, and be safe when you can be. And Prado, I know he's got a lot of speed. He had a good read on the ball. It does kill a little bit of momentum when you can't bring home that run, especially when he's only at second base in scoring position, and then he was 90 feet away, and they couldn't bring him home as well, and off of that Lyle Lin's double play. But I mean, yeah, I always love to see the aggressiveness, and we usually saw that earlier on in the summer. A lot of stolen bases, a lot of advancements off of the hits, and tonight, like you said, just not too aggressive, and that might have came back to bite him.
And just 2 2/3 out of Zach Peak tonight, but the bullpen really seemed to shine after that. Kyle Martin, in relief, and then Trey Vanderweide really providing some relief and giving the Braves a chance to come back in this game.
For sure, and I mean, Kyle Martin really set the tone early out of the bullpen. You saw him with 2 outs come in and then just get that 3rd out and then come back and have to pitch out of some jams as well, but he was very effective on the mound, leaving runners stranded for the Kettleers, and it had been a while since we've seen Martin. Talking about Vanderweide, solid performance as always from him. Very good out of the southpaw position. And, we haven't seen too many left-handers for this Bourne bullpen. And Trey Vanderweide has really set himself in a category of his own. And you put him in there with different situations, and especially with the left-handed hitting Kettleers lineup that they have, you bring him in for those situations, and he was lights out.
And then it's a tough game to swallow when you get more hits than your opposing team and still lose the game. 11 hits for the Braves, 10 hits for the Kettleers. It seemed like the Braves were getting those hits tonight, just not the ones with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, 9 left on base at the ends of most of those games, and that's just tough. You got to capitalize when runners are in scoring position. Even with this team, we have a lot of speed on this team and a lot of guys that can come around to score on easy base hits, just singles through the infield. And we left a lot of people on tonight, and that was definitely the main reason why we couldn't etch out the win in this category. But it was a tough loss tonight, and even tougher looking out on the season.
So Anthony Prado has a solo home run. Lyle Lin with a great last at bat of the game. But now losing this game, you got 2 more games against this team. Blaine, what do you think this team has to do in the final stretch or the final 8 games of the season if they want to compete and try to get into the postseason?
They've got to lock in, and especially against this Kettleers team. They've already seen them once. They've already seen what their bullpen can do. Like you said, Rob, got a few more games against them, and the Western Divisional games are the ones that they're going to have to win, and the schedule is tough up ahead. And, it's tough facing off against this Kettleers team with the talent that they have and the roster that even Hyannis and Wareham have too. You're going up against these guys that have been powerhouses all year, but you got to stay consistent, and that's the biggest thing that this Braves team has to do. Stay consistent at the plate, stay consistent when you're pitching, and really just have that confidence to go in. You're in crunch time, so you got to deliver.
So the Braves, they don't deliver tonight. They fall 4-3 to the Cotuit Kettleers right here at Lowell Park. For Alexander Moore and Blaine McCormick, I'm your host, Rob Werner, and the Braves are back on tomorrow at Dorn Park, where they'll take on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks at 6 p.m. with the first pitch. We hope you join us then.